I think you can see the PPT, right? Hello, students. Are you able to see the PowerPoint presentation? Hello? Somebody please reply.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah, you can able to see the PPT, right?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
I shared the screen, right? Share. Screen, you can see my screen, right? Now, just check now.
Sir. No, sir.
Now, wait for 2 to 3 seconds.
No, sir.
Sometimes there is delay in broadcasting. Are you able to see now? Hello?
No, sir.
Okay. I have shared the screen, but still.
No, sir. It's not visible.
Not visible, huh? Okay, 1 second. Teams, some error it is showing. Okay. I had shared the screen. Now I think you are able to see the screen, right? PPT.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Last class, this is a different PPT, not this one. Different subjects. Share screen. Start broadcast.
Sir, now we are not able to see.
Wait. I'm broadcasting once again. Screen broadcast. Second. Now? Hello? Can you see the PPT now?
Your home screen. Home screen, sir.
PPT is not visible, huh? What happened?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now are you able to see the screen? Hello? Hello?
No, sir.
Previous class
No, sir.
I could have shared. Second, let me change the. I think internet is not fast enough. My screen is visible now? Hello?
Yes, sir. Your home screen is visible.
Home screen visible, right? Now I'll open the PowerPoint. Now is it visible now? Hello?
No, sir.
Not visible now. the solution now. So I'll share the paper. Would not able to. And so I'll share the PPT in your WhatsApp group.
Yes, sir.
And,
It is.
It's visible now, sir. It's
So we
visible.
can see your.
Definition of design
PPT
thinking.
can see. Yeah. So because no, some delay in the broadcasting because of the internet speed and all. So anyhow, I'll record the video. Last class, some technical difficulty, I could not able to record the video. Pre-recorded video, I uploaded in the Teams. Once it gets the approval from a respective authority, you will see those videos also. Okay. You can see those videos also, PPT and the books also I'll share. Question bank I'll give. Okay, those things also. So let without wasting much time, let's start the class now. We'll start with the definition of design thinking. Okay. So design thinking, it is defined as the combination of a supporting ideology and accompanying process. Okay. Basic ingredients of design thinking, it also involves the idea and also the how you are going to achieve that idea. Right? So for example, if you Redbus idea was there, right? Ideology, that ideology, if online platform where people can book the bus tickets and all. And how they are going to accompanying that one. They made an app and all, they started achieving that objective, right? So this is the ideology and accompanying process, right? To do this one, you must have a hands-on user-centric approach. When you have a hands-on user-centric approach, that means you need to empathize the situation of an user, right? If I want to design a video game, if you want to design a video game or something, car racing game and all, you should start playing some games, available games, or if you have your product, right, you must also start playing that one. You should put yourself in the shoes of the user. Then you will understand what is their requirement, what how much graphic they require, and any additional features, whether they are required to make the user feel as it is realistic, to make the realistic experience, what extra things are required. So these are the things felt by user. Those things you should also feel before designing your product, right? So these are the some of the basic ingredients of design thinking. Empathize, that is, you need to put yourself in the shoes of an user or experiencer. You must become the experiencer. Based on that experience, you will define a problem, right? And based on that one, you will ideate a solution for that, and from that solution, you represent as a prototype. Then you go on testing the prototype or actual model many times. When your model is upheld many times, when the test is proved many times, if the results are satisfactory, then you will implement that solution and you will design a product and release it to the market. So these are the basic ingredients. Again, we will revisit these basic ingredients many times, but at this module, we'll skip to only for this much explanation because we need to move further, right? I also share some videos regarding this one also, because this is the main building block of this entire subject, right? If you understand these concepts, and if any questions are also asked in the examination, you need to answer in these lines only, right? Again, we will revisit this one, okay? Time and again, once again, frequently in every class, we'll come back to this one, right? So in your syllabus, the first topic is shared modeling, team-based design, right? So whenever people are working in a company, different teams are involved. Different teams are working on different components. For example, if you take a car, right? On engine component, some people are working, or shape of the car, aerodynamic shape required, which is required for the functioning of the car, which will consume less fuel. And so some people may also work on the seating arrangements or entertaining system. Different teams are working on this different components. When the final product comes out, right, all these things are assembled. You should be capable. They should be able to assemble, right? And that timing should match. When the complete car is ready, but the engine is not ready, right? You cannot deliver the car to the client or any product to the client. Similarly, if you are making an app, right? In app, different subroutine function you need to write. You can assign the different subroutine function to different teams, and geographical user interface to different team, one team, and some other internal programming part you can assign to some other person. And finally, you need to assemble them. One is incomplete, then your model, you cannot bring out the model, right? This is the shared model in team-based design. And also in when I was working in a one power plant project, they had to design a we had to design a oil refinery, right? So in that, we civil engineers are also working, mechanical engineers were working, piping engineers were working, right? IT department was, IT means instrumentation department was working. So everyone, they used to design their component, and at the end of the day, one software was there, PDMS, plant design management software. In that, they used to update the model. In the next day, what is our role is, all the different team leaders must sit together, and they must make sure that there is no clash between different elements. There is no clash between them. My structural engineering, like beams or columns, they should not clash with the any equipment or machinery. All those things were there, right? So therefore, teams are different teams are made, and they must work in a coordinate. So what is the difference between group and team? A group, a collection of people is called a group. But in case of team, what? Each individual working on specific set of goal. That is called a team. If you take an example of cricket team, right? A bowler role is to bowl the ball and take the wickets, right? And fielder, you need to field the ball well. Wicket keeper, right? Keep the wickets. Batsman role is to score the runs. Likewise, depending on the type of industry, you will have different teams. So in a team, a team might have to perform various tasks, different tasks. Like just like I mentioned, right? In the, if I say for example of any sports or team sports, or a construction industry where earthwork person will be there, and masonry person will be there, electrician will be there, a plumber will be there, right? Painter will be there. Different teams are there. Similarly, in companies also, different teams will be there. Design team is there, marketing team is there, managing team will be there, finance department will be there, right? Starting from even what is that? Housekeeping department to the final manager, all the teams are very important. Different teams may be assigned different tasks. For example, you may also ask the team to come up with new marketing slogan, right? Marketing is one of the very most important aspects. And these are the different roles or different components of a team. Can be classified into basically three types. Task roles that include contractor, creator, contributor, completer, critic. Social roles that include communicator, collaborator, consul, and next, cooperator, and boundary spanning role, which includes consul, coordinator. When you take up the task roles, which can be indicated in green color, right, includes contractor. His role is to include the behavior which will serve the organize the team's work, including creating team timelines, production schedules, and task sequencing. Okay, first of all, a job will be given to the contractor. Then the contractor will choose the team depending on the budget of the project, right? He will choose his team, and also client, based on the client requirement, he also put the schedule, right? So in our engineering, the project management, we called PERT and CPM, right? If somebody study management, they may understand PERT and CPM, two types of the scheduling methods are also there, right? In future, you may learn about this in detail. Next, the creator role includes that he deals with the more with changes in the team's task process structure of the team. What should come one after the other? So what should, when the curing of the building should happen, or when the masonry work should be completed, or when the painter should come, when the flooring person should come in case of building, right? Right. Pardon me, in most of the examples I'm giving from the civil engineering aspect, because basically I'm a civil structural engineer. So with my available best knowledge, I'll give knowledge with respect to your IT departments or different departments also, right? Next, the contributor role, it includes he brings information and expertise to the team. This role is characterized by sharing knowledge and training with those who have less expertise, to strengthen the team, right? So based on the knowledge-based person will be there in the contributor job, the main person who is working on the design project, right? So in engineering, design team will be there, execution team will be there, right? So designer is the main contributor to the team. So research has shown that teams with highly intelligent members and even distributed workloads are more effective than those with uneven workload. Distributing the workload evenly is also very important in a team. Not only having highly intelligent members will make the team successful, but you need to distribute the workload evenly depending on their capacity. Then behaviors associated with this role include following up on tasks such as gathering needed background information or summarizing the team's ideas into reports. Finally, it will come the critic role. Critic role, he observe the process and he find out the lacunas. If there are any lacunas in the product or any discrepancies observed in the process, he will point out that one. Based on that, you can correct. Any end product or anything cannot come out overnight. It is to be redesigned, redesign, observe that one, find out the faults, rectify the faults, then only final product will come, right? So next we have a social roles. So in the social roles, they serve to keep the team operating effectively, right? So they help to make the team members cohesive, right? They interact properly, right? Sufficient without losing or without making a biasing or social looping, and also they must handle the group think, right? If any person is not participating or his participation is not enough, right? Social roles becomes important to make them to participate. So as we saw in the figure, in the pie chart I showed in earlier, 3 roles fall under this category. The first one is the cooperator role, which includes supporting those with expertise toward the team's goals. This is a proactive role. Next, the communicator role. This includes behaviors that are targeted at collaboration, such as practicing good listening skills and appropriately using humor to diffuse the tense situation. In communicator, what it does, it passes the information from one team to another or within the members in the team smoothly, right? So sometimes he may also talk to calm down the situations, many tense situations and all, right? So next is the collaborator role. So this is an important role. So this will serve to keep the team on track in terms of suggesting any needed changes to the team's process. Calibrator, Calibrator, he regularly check whether the process is going as per the schedule or not. Okay, what are the problems related to social environment in the working groups, right? So if there is any discrepancy or lacuna is there, he will suggest changes, right? So next we have boundary spanning roles. So in that boundary spanning roles, we have main 2 goals related to this activity. So they help to connect the team to the larger organization, either to the competitor companies or the market group or the critics. They connect the team to the larger organization. Right? Many times it is not only important to know the customers or market, it is also important to know the understand the competitors, at what price they are selling the same product, what extra facilities they are giving other than basic facilities, right? The next in the council role is there, which includes gathering information from the larger organization and informing those within the organization about team activities, goals, and success. That is from the different organization or the market group or from the top management. So you need to gather and pass the information. Next, finally, the coordinator. His role is to interface with the other members within the organization so that the team's efforts are in line with the other individuals and teams within the organization. Any organization, it has a vision and mission. If you, many companies websites are there, if you go on check vision and mission, right? The coordinator role is to see that all the individuals, okay, whether everyone is, they are working towards the vision and mission of the company, or to meet the vision or goal of the project or product which they are given to manufacture, right? Next, team leadership and autonomy. So there are, in the first type of the team, there are three types of the teams are there, which are related to autonomy. Autonomy is very much important, right? Even if schools and colleges, you might see nowadays autonomous colleges are very much in demand. Engineering college, everyone strive to become autonomous. NITs, IITs, they are autonomous colleges, right? There they can directly interact with students and they can bring the changes in the syllabus. Okay, they themselves can award the degree. So many times what happens, PhD and all, what we do in many universities, affiliated universities and all, decision has to come by vice chancellor itself. Vice chancellor will be in some other city and college located in different cities. So in such cases, it becomes time consuming, lethargy, right? Hello, the connection is lost. Am I audible? Hello.
Sir, his screen is not visible, sir.
Oh, sorry, I think my voice was not audible, right? Thanks, somebody informed. Okay. So in previous slide, once again, I'll explain. Team leadership, we have basically 3 types. Highest autonomy you can achieve in traditionally managed teams where the leader, lowest autonomy is achieved in traditionally managed teams where the leader is not part of the team. In self-managed team, they also depend on the leader. They also have a leader, but here also highest autonomy cannot be achieved in all the cases, depending on the type of the project and type of the process they follow. Okay, autonomy may be possible from low, medium, or to high range. But if you want complete autonomy, so you need to have a self-directed team or self-managed team. So where different teams, the team members, they by themselves, they make the decision internally either by voting or by making a meeting and discussing, right? Here complete autonomy is possible, right? Nowadays need of the hour is for the fast decision making and all, fast process and all, autonomy is very much essential, right? So next, designing an effective team involves making decision about composition of the team, size of the team, and diversity of the team, right? And when you say that individuals are best for the team, right? So general outline of this slide, I'll tell you. Individually team member, they are told to be best. They must have a required skill set for the particular type of the work, and also apart from this, they must also have a emotional quotient, how they deal with the social situation in the company, right? And what are their interpersonal skills, and if they given the task, how they plan it and execute it, right? Many times, many people's Indian education system mainly it concentrates on theory-based education. Right? Theory components are more. Even though you're good in, you have scored marks in examination and all, but when you go to the company, when you are employed, right? Then there some other sets are also required, right? Some other skills are also required. Working in what are your interpersonal skills? How you interact with seniors? How you interact with juniors? All those things will be there. And how large should be my team size? What is the size of, right? So now it is not always larger team will work or smaller team will work, right? Many times if the team size is small, interaction will be good and you can monitor the contribution of each person if the team size is small. But in some big projects and all, small team size may not be sufficient enough. There a single person will end up in doing many activities, many things, right? If you might have seen supply chain or something, exact term I don't remember. Mechanical engineering people, car manufacturing, no? How they manufacture the car, one tray will be there. On the tray, a car main frame will be moving. A person, workers will be standing in line. The tray will move to that person automatically. So if it is required to turn the screw, he will turn the screw, and if it will go to the next position, he will fix the next component, and it will move further. Like each and every person will be given a task. A person driving the screw will only do that thing only. Or if a person is doing the seating arrangement, some component, he is doing that one only. In that way, they used to get the maximum output efficiency, right? So that is how many times large teams are also required to reduce the skill set required by individual person, right? If a person who work on one skill set, he can be more efficient rather than if you work on 2 to 3 skills, right? Same thing I explained here in different terms, same thing it is there. Slides also. Next, how diverse should my team be? Simple question. Okay, you must have a people with different skill set in a company. Okay, they can perform different tasks, right? Whereas variety or diversified tasks, they must be able to perform. Right? Many times it is proved that people with complementary skills found to be more effective in a team. Those such teams will be successful, right? For example, in a class itself, if you are a, right, you cannot only employ a physics teacher or you cannot only employ a chemistry teacher, right? In a class, different subject need to be taught, right? In that, different experts are required, right? So that is how a diversity is always beneficial for the team, right? Many times it is required to switch the roles. If some person is injured or something has happened, right? Somebody else must be ready to take his position, right? So those things are there. A diversified team is always better, right? That is why even if you take our civil engineering example, concrete we have, sand we have, jelly we have, we call it a refining rate, coarse aggregate, cement is there, which will act as a glue, reinforcement in the form of steel will be there, right? So together that will make a good concrete, a structure or building very strong. Even if you take a human itself, eyes are the different, they serve different purpose, ears, hands, legs, right? Diversity is there, right? Or if you have a different age group of the people in a company, small, middle age or aged people, okay, they have a different set of the requirement. And if you take all their opinion, if you design a project, okay, the product can serve for diversified people, right? So next topic is the, so we need to bring down the gap between theory and practice, right? What is the gap between theory and practice? We need to try to bring down such gaps. Right, theory we may have some idea and it should be executable, right? There are many such things are there theory in theory of design thinking which require careful scientific investigation. So in this regard, one may pick any such question and start investigation, but sometimes you need to consider the user interest also. People working in the field also need to be considered by taking their inputs. What is market demand, or the what are the requirements of the people actually working in practice, right? So that is why you must, there you can bring down the difference between theory and practice, right? You must do the research. In research, when it is considered research area, we must do the research which would suit the requirement of those who are in practicing design thinking, right? So many times in design thinking, it is not only important that theory should be true, it should be useful, right? In almost all the engineering problems, we are interested in finding out the non-trivial solution. So what is the trivial and non-trivial solution in general? So trivial solution means many times, for example, if you take a student, you may fear that the student may fail in the examination. The trivial solution is that, right? If you don't send him to the examination, he will not fail. That trivial solution, but that is not our objective, right? We want non-trivial solution. Okay, we need to give extra assignments to the student. We need to, or if you may send the student to the tuitions or notes you may give, right? Different reasons are there for improving the students, right? Just simply a theory is that if a student is failed, means he is not studied. That is, even though that is true, that is not useful. But if you want to make the useful practices, what you must do, you must give extra assignment, notes if the student is weak, or suggesting him to visit the library and study, right? Or monitoring him while he's studying, conducting tests and finding out his weakness, and again teaching him again in those areas only. There are many. If you really want to improve, or if you really want to bring the things in practice, right? Theory, it is not sufficient to have the theory to be true, but it is most required thing is it should be useful. Being useful is the most advantageous than the theory being true. It's in the meaning of this one. Again, in next step in theory and practice of design thinking, defining the hypothesis. How we are going to define the hypothesis, right? Initially, you may define the hypothesis. Like many in you might have studied in physics, right? If I remember correctly, the intensity of light is intensity of current flowing in a conducting material is directly proportional to the voltage, right? This is the hypothesis, and assumption is that at constant temperature constant is assumption. If you don't make assumption in any engineering problems or in any design, you will not get the solution. Solution will become very much complicated, right? In most of our engineering problems, our idea is to find out the solution, right? We need to find out the solution with reasonable accuracy, right? A solution S1 is found to be more useful than the solution S2 if it is more unusual as well as more useful. Right? A solution is considered to be innovative if it is more unusual as well as more useful than S2, right? Other solution. Unusualness and usefulness are the important parameters we observe, right? And why experiments matter, right? We'll stop the class here. Remaining thing we will continue in next class. I wanted to finish syllabus in this class, but unfortunately, too much theory in a class. In another class also, I stopped up to here only, right? We'll carry the syllabus parallelly. So just to revise what we discussed today in today's class. Hello.
So you share the PDF now, sir.
Sorry. Hello. Come again.
You'll share the PDF in the group, sir.
Yeah. In Sims, I have shared the material. This PDF, PPT of the PDF also I shared, and notes I have made PPT. From the notes only we make PPT. That also I shared. Notes is normally in detail, but PPT is not in detail. Why? Because we cannot say completely what is there in notes. Otherwise, it will become only reading what it is in the book. Okay, important things we have kept in the PPT, right? Both will be available, and also before your first internal, we will give the question bank also, right? For the first internal syllabus, right?
So when are the internals?
Yeah, I don't know. I need to check the calendar of events as declared, right? Has been given calendar of events.